Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age Mythology Replay. Spawn bottom or top right side as the maroon patron goddess, got Leyline Leia. Spawn on bottom left side as the blue Kronos. We got FATV0SE. Not sure how to pronounce that. I'm assuming TV is Twitch. FA, not sure what that means. Southeast? I have no idea. FATV0SE? No idea how to properly pronounce that. My apologies. I suppose it's not magenta, it's maroon. Did I say magenta or maroon? This is definitely maroon, isn't it? There's always being established there to torment his opponent. Or her opponent, patron goddess. He does claim some goats, they of course the goat. But they may be intercepted by this oracle. Blues obtain some relics goats as well. Speaking about relics, we do have the fur of Boyi. Heroes get a little bit health regen. That's actually probably pretty nice for the Lantians. Those not bad for priests as well. I wonder if that affects the Summon for Osiris. We got Fetters of Fenrir, make your village have increased attack, making it so if you have in trouble, make it a little bit better. Got Pandora's Box here, reduces the favor cost of myth units by 15%. I recommend you should open up immediately. And the last one is the Arrows of the Olafar, increasing the range attack of buildings by 20%. Allows the turtle in a little bit better. So it could be better if Kronos gets mirror towers, but then again, I don't think Kronos can get access. Was it Atlas who provides mirror towers, right? I don't think Kronos can get access to them. You can do, maybe it does. I can't remember. You have boss being researched to get access to Sphinx. We'll be able to claim multiple relics pretty quickly since his temple's nearby. He does fully see everything there when it comes to this temple. And we got Promethean being employed in the field to give access to some Prometheans. Now we just need Bob to support him. My apologies, I realized I need to open up a drink near me. What if anybody gets that joke? Promethean's Bob. It's a pretty stupid comic shorts, which is, well, stupid but funny. Not comic. Did I say comic? Animated shorts. I remember seeing on one of the Nickelodeon channels. It was one of the smaller other Nickelodeon channels. My apologies, that drink seemed like a spike on my microphone. Both sides are setting on up for a big engagement. Got more Prometheans being summoned. We do have both the Pharaoh and two priests over here. So the patron goddess should be able to mount a pretty decent defense. The Pharaoh himself is definitely the anti-myth unit for the Egyptians, but priests are not too half bad. They're actually a little bit weaker when it comes to anti-myth unit duty. They do play the role of the barrack schema for our counter units. They have only 2.2 base damage though. They do have pretty good attack speed and have only a ×5 multiplier. So if you take the DPS here, which is right now 2.8, let's just round up to 3. Even then like 15 damage per second, but even that's a little bit high. So let's just say 13 damage per second against myth units is not too terribly high, honestly. I think priests honestly need a slight buff. But either way, we do not. They're pretty easily massable though, and the cost is only 100 gold, which can be high. Also not. Maybe one way to buff them is maybe some more mythological improvements to say convert their cost to food. That could be interesting. A mythological upgrade by one of the minor gods to change the food. Maybe that could be the concept of a fourth major god for Egyptians. Just ideas. Now nice, but with the healing ability is also something I did also get to value in. It makes it very nice. The healing ability is nice. I still think some sort of effect to convert their cost of food could be a good way to give them a bit more flavor. Food flavor. We do now have a barracks being deconstructed there. He quickly destroys that barracks as well. Villagers trying to get back into the town center. Is that town center full? No, it's not. He's just losing villagers.
And Geo?
Pharaoh's empowering the town center there. 10 units are inside.
Enito.
Those lose that villager there. Right now, Blue does have a higher villager count, or higher villager population count. Got multiple Murmellos in the front line as well. And of course, Magenta or Maroon did lose his barracks, so needs to get out another barracks. There are 75 gold, so a little bit cheaper. Canceling that barracks there, go for a barracks back here and get some Axeman, so wouldn't be half bad. Valor power being deployed on the field, and looks like Blue's the one that got the health regen relic. Free smiting that Promethean. Howdy. Age of Mythology? No, it's an old ensemble title. The same. Looks like these villagers getting hit there. The original Age of Mythology came out in like 2002. It's made by Ensemble Studios, same creators as Age of Empires. This came after Age of Empires 2, before Age of Empires 3, which also came before Halo Wars. Another Valor there to empower the Murmello. There could have been a board game version of it made at one point in time. Oh, there's also a DS version. Let's have that one villager there, that one less laborer. Others do get inside the town center, and these Murmellos will be picked off by the town center. Looks like the sentry tower is out of range. And Blue has been held off. But now we're going to see some Axemans. There we go, got some Axemans being employed in the field, trying to protect these villagers, trying to cluster some delicious berries. Yep, there may have been a board game version, but this was originally a computer game, the original version at least, back in 2021, or not 2021, 2001 or 2002, I can't remember what year. I was young.
Into you.
There probably was a board game version of it. That's not uncommon for those early games. I think there's also a Roller Coaster Tycoon board game. I actually remember that, and I think I still have that, or maybe it's at my parents' house. There's also, yeah, there is a Roller Coaster Tycoon board game.
Gary.
Looks like this barracks will be going down. Bit of a minor loss, but these villagers are exposed. Murmello's heading up north, trying to hack apart these villagers. Speaking about Roller Coaster Tycoon, do you remember when that game was actually originally released in cereal boxes? Oh, back when you could get toys in cereal boxes. I think that practice went away because they were afraid of choking hazards. I have no idea if you could acquire it. Like, this is like back when I was in elementary school. And for those who are not from the United States, that's also known as primary school, early primary school. Cherry Blossom getting some good hits on throwing Axeman. Sphinx does do a spin to win, but will be picked on off. The Sphinx has gone down. Was the original Sphinx there? I don't remember seeing the original Sphinx being deployed in the field.
Great.
Priest falling back. He probably just had the Axeman just hack away, try to pick off some of these units. These Marmellos, they do go down there. His names are Cherry Ballista, but Cherry Ballista are the counter infantry unit there, and Axemen are in fact infantry. Big round Marmellos not being deployed in the field.
And you.
Magetta's holding, but not super great. He doesn't have any proper counter Cherry Ballista. They are classified as ranged units, yes? Yes, ranged soldier. So he needs to get out some slingers to count out those Cherry Ballista. But he is also... Kronos is aging up to Rhea to get access to Behemoths. And can get out early Fanatics. And the Behemoth is actually important because remember as well, Kronos gets ×2 myth units and retold. And so 2 Behemoths will be summoned here relatively shortly. If you ever need someone to play the same game with, seems so far you have a couple of games that do. I mostly just cast. I don't really play the games too much anymore. Though I probably will the next game I'm probably gonna be eyeing. I think RimWorld has expansion coming out soon or has came out. That's probably the next thing I'm gonna be playing for the next month. Yeah. And maybe get back into a bit more Solars. The 4.0 update for Solars is nice, but it's a little bit buggy. Can't play Necrophage right now. We do now have the Marmellos kill off some of those outlying units there. Magenta still has a superior number of villagers in secondary town center. Of course, somewhat losing the war. Does get around the slingers to counter out the Cherry Ballista. Doing a good job on counter units. But here's the next problem, as mentioned beforehand. We got some Behemoths advancing. They do have 700 health, lacking a bit of hack armor, but still 3% is quite nice. So Axemen still be a bit of trouble there. Those trying to shank the Behemoths is not going that well. They also have health regen. Oh, we got a Trader God power onto the Sphinx. That was a pretty devastating Trader, honestly. Taking that one... Oh, they just spin the wind there. Not sure why. I had a manual deployment there. But now Blue's in a pretty good position there. Stole the one power unit that Red or Maroon had on the field, and now he has to deal with the Sphinx and these Behemoths. The Sphinx has taken a beating there from the Priest. Those trying to stab him. It is a siege, living siege weapon, but not a siege weapon to be countered with. Sphinx does spin the wind onto those villagers. One of the Behemoths actually did manage to get shanked by all the villagers, but did lose the town center. I mentioned all these villagers are quite exposed. They need to start getting out of there.
Eat the witch.
Never played that game. Got the villagers now trying to hit these Containers. That's not a good sign. The Trader Sphinx has been shanked. More Containers being flown in the field. Jenna's actually doing okay, or Maroon's doing okay with the villagers. Just only mining upgrades. So they're probably also getting pickaxes into the skulls of the Behemoth, as well as their knives to shank it with.
Twigs. Now I got these villagers trying to build this town center. We do now have Nephthys being queued on up, give access to Scorpion Mans, and probably Ancestors. I think the Ancestors is going to be the more important part to help stabilize this advance. Get some extra minions. Minions! Rise! As he probably will need. He also does have access to Eclipse, so that's a 1-2 power combo. Be useful in defense in this region. Could help him just defend himself in this region. Town center is under fire. Of course, not by too much at the moment.
Got some spearmans being put on the field, and let's see, we've got the medium range soldiers, temporal chaos, and more behemoths being summoned. Argus archers now being mixed on in as well. Kronos has a lot of resources stockpiled up as well. Red right now has 0 food income. Or maroon, not red. Again. That's a good amount of gold right here. So I think what maroon should do is take a handful of these villagers and go to Granary Farms in the corner. We got now ancestors being summoned. May want to use the Eclipse God card to soup them up a little bit. Does do it there. Secondary counter will go down. The villager count's not too dissimilar. The behemoth will be slain. Valor power onto the Contineris. And now that the minions still looking off, it will help Maroon stabilize, but still not perfect. Large number of idle villagers there. Yeah, Maroon does have a good amount of gold. Farms should be a good idea. The cat upgrade, whatever that was, that golden cat upgrade looks like it was cancelled. I'm not sure where that was. This one right there was cancelled. Which I believe improves all food gathering rate. Got a big round of research being researched by blue, including orichalcum, and everything's green, so it's not being too deployed for resources. Orichalcum upgrade, I'm almost surprised that people don't go for this research more often. I mean, I always feel like Rael's a good minor god for the Atlanteans. Giving you guys extra hack armor, 50%, increasing your hack armor by 50%. That's effectively compared to bronze armor. Slightly more effective, 50% more effective than bronze armor. Not to mention, the Trader God power I think is pretty useful. Find that particularly good myth unit and take it. I sort of like Rhea as a minor god. Also gives you access to more favorite generation as well as early fanatics. And I'm about to sneeze. I do probably overrate fanatics though. Couple armories being established there. Maroons are almost out of gold there. Going for a Mythical Stronghold. That's probably the original Sphinx there. That's probably where that one went. Did go for some farms over here. Still has quite a bit of gold reserve. The fact that the patron goddess not go for those farms earlier is sort of interesting. Contineris and the behemoths push way forward. They'll just do back off the town center, and I see some mercenaries on the field.
Into you.
These guys are effectively mercenary spearmen, which are okay. They do quickly train. They're expensive, and they're good for emergencies. They're just only okay in my opinion. Got some mercenary cavalry on the field as well. But they were not enough there. I don't know if they were really even cost effective at that point in time. Maroon situations ever become more dire. We do now have a good number of camp riders. Binds a good number of citizens. This is actually exactly what Maroon needs to get back in the game. Taking out a good number of these citizens here. Managed to get a good counterattack. Does have a granary, and Maroon's actually out of town center, so Maroon needs to eye of another town center. This one here may need to go for a village center somewhere. Of course, Blue's army's right there. And Maroon will start being revealed after a short amount of time, right? There is also an opening there. These basic walls were sold off blue for a short amount of time. Argus archers on the wrong side of the walls as well. Means that these guys destroy this wall, they may need to take time to destroy this gate. And the camel riders, they are heavy camel riders as well. Deconstructs the Niggle Stronghold. That's a pretty good deconstruct god power. Camel Riders trying to get on back. These three Camel Riders should hold the line. Needs to keep those villagers alive. They're currently irreplaceable. Magentas or Maroons, Camel Riders of course are counter. Another Niggle Stronghold being fought in the field. Heavy Containers firing away. They're affected by no unique upgrades. Does have a number of upgrades there. Maroon only has the plus damage and plus hack armor, since this opponent's not going for any real range, so the hack armor is probably just all he needs. So there are some Argus archers there. Here comes the behemoths. They're to take time to start smiting the behemoths as well. Probably wouldn't be half bad idea. He is a good counter myth unit. Citizens are doing their part, shanking laborers. Behemoth taking some hits there from the Pharaoh. Doing staggering 16 times 2.5. So I'll just round up to 40 damage per second, which is pretty good. Do now the Golden Cat upgrade, improving the food collection rate from all sources, particularly not farms. And blue does not have a town center in the field. Blue should have enough for another town center. Okay, taking time to build it now. And poor construction help with the production. So blue was brought to a pretty good standstill there, losing that town center. And does have a decent combat force over here. Mostly of the counter cavalry units, which against all the camel riders, it does make sense. So he has lost a good number of those camel riders to the behemoths. Camel riders pushing the way forward. Got the heavy Calpapeltis push way forward. Camel riders are now engaged in Argus archers. They do have plus 25% damage. Not really a hard counter, more close to a soft counter. Excuse me, soft counter. But honestly, any sort of melee units are good against ranged units. Does find the Niggle Stronghold. Looks like Rolling Oils does use the Deconstruct God Power once again. Very nice. The Pharaoh's gone down, and he course without a town center. That Pharaoh's irreplaceable. Try and go for another Niggle Stronghold. Niggle Stronghold, the deconstruction does refund the cost to the player. So it's just an inconvenience, but in this case, a timely inconvenience. Villagers, laborers are standing and fighting. Two Niggle Strongholds being pulled in the field. Losing a good number of citizens there. Camel Riders are eyeing for counterattack. Kronos does have a stockpile of resources, but he's currently deploying out nothing at the moment. He sees the Niggle Strongholds being pulled in the field. If Maroon can eye it, going for this town center would be a good call. Even a village center wouldn't be a half bad idea. Just to get a villager queue going. More counter cavalry's being employed in the field, very nice. He, of course, has researched Rhea, and Rhea does offer early Fanatics, and Fanatics do bonus damage to infantry and to cavalry. So Fanatics could be a very good general's counter. After all, the counter to the Fanatics would be Axemen or Chariot Archers, which technically they counter both. Those Chariot Archers would be a bit harder to pin down, being mounted archers. Let's see. The Sphinx does offer 10 crush, and also is good conversion trader target again. It was also Wounded Sphinx, so it's not a great trader, but seeing how small the conflicts are right now, it's actually not a bad trader god power. Since while trying to grab this bit of gold, there's 500 left. Another gold deposit here, but there's Obelisk to Tormented. Not to mention this one is being supplied by this Obelisk as well. The early Obelisk are paying dividends for Maroon right now, not Magenta. So many games I had, they use Magenta as a color, so I'm just not used to the color Maroon. We do also have the Stone Wall upgrade by Maroon. That's a little bit iffy for me. He needs to get out a town center, which he's trying to do now. A village center could also spike up village production as well, or maybe try to find another town center, which would be going all the way back over here. Number of infrastructure still here, including a watchtower, but of course got all of Blue's infrastructure. It needs to be cleared out first, likely. But does have decent spotting in that region, so I think a village center would be a good idea. Really stupid question. Can the Citadel god power be targeted on village centers? I'm assuming no. That would be interesting if you could target a Citadel onto a village center to make it a bit more of a proper structure. Sorry, it's just a stupid idea. I know in the Lantian camp, or the original campaign, they actually add a new model for a Greek citadel for the Atlantis infrastructure. Do now have Chariot Bullets here, which means nothing. Do have the Behemoth there, which is of course a living siege weapon. Got some mercenaries being summoned on the field. They do cost 90 gold, so not cheap. And I think the mercenary cavalry should focus down that Chariot Ballista to save some militia. Or not militia, mercenaries who are acting as a militia. And does manage to save it. Did get to in the 10s in health. But it looks like Maroon has held on. Citizens getting hit, but they're going to be counterattacking. They're going to do their part. The game will continue. Do niggle strongholds. Oh, okay. That's the mercenaries dying. They're dying from dysentery. It looks like Crow's going to try to save some of these structures. Got these forces push way forward. And Maroon's now starting to fall back. Got these forces. They will find the counter cavalry, and these cameras are pretty wounded. But nice feign there. Drove this army away, allowed them to sweep on in. That was a massive clean sweep. The civilian count has been evened out. Excellent play there by Maroon. Drew away this army and let this other army push forward. Granted, that's not what the Fate of Retreat is, but still. I think it's very good. Takes out another citizen.
Yuji?
Kronos is actually getting pretty close, getting enough resources to Agion up. Let's see, Kronos can go for Hectate, get access to Tartarus Gate. Oh, got to drop relics there as well. Oh, thank you for the YouTube subscription. Welcome to the channel. Let's see, you got the Tartarus Gate, or nope, we could just go over here. Or Helios for the whatchamacallit, the Vortex in Mirror Towers. Vortex could be quite nice, allow him to fight one army and then teleport for a quick counterattack after defending himself. Quicker counterattack, assuming the defense was successful, of course. It has to be a good enough defense as well. Because after all, say you win with only one military unit remaining. No watchtowers just yet, so may want to go for some watchtowers to keep watch. He has been raided enough to really warrant it. Now we got some chariot archers being put on the field, which is a good idea to help counter the Capapeltis. They, which of course, just have good range and does have plus 50% multiplier versus melee infantry. And it looks like Blue is trooping part of Maroon's forces. That was a poor move there by Maroon. He lost his entire army to the counter units. He constructs that Niggle stronghold. Does have one in the field. No mythological upgrades in the Niggle stronghold at the moment.
Into you.
Good hop around there. You also now have a war elephant here, which is classified as cavalry, so the Capapeltis will counter it. So I don't think it was a good idea to deploy it on the field. And he still does not have boiling oil. He does have a watchtower to queue up these upgrades way over here. I wonder if he actually realized he has it. Doing a good job focusing on these Capapeltis. Conteneris push way forward as well. The World of Flint does a bit of bonus damage versus range units, not significant. Atlas now being researched, gaining access to the Argus, which will give him 2 Argus. As well as the... Wait, Atlas, I thought it was, Sorry, one moment. Is that meant for implosion? Or maybe I'm mistaken? Yeah, never mind. Sorry, my mind's a little bit melted at the moment. It's like, wait a second, was that the third minor god power that I didn't see? Yeah, my mind's just getting a little bit melted at the moment. But either way, 2 Argus could be very nice to help break this engagement. So we've got good number of camera artists here, picking off some of these Capapeltis. More trade archers in the build queue, but with only 1 production structure, it's not going to go all too great. Blue does have a second town center now, which means his villager production will start increasing. Contineris getting picked off there does bring the nice little bit of garrison, de-garrison commands there. And his deconstruction god power is almost available, but do have the implosion god power, which of course is available. Does destroy a lot of nearby housing, but he has she still retains some good population space, so it's not too critical. And actually gave the chariot archers extra space to work with. The Mythology Stronghold doesn't go down, nor does the farms. Times in which I think farms should have health regen, because they have their plants. They should be able to grow back with proper tending. We do now have the Asa was or wet. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Gives villagers extra food collection rate and also chops down trees quicker. We got Argus here. I recommend you shoot him in the eye. It should be pretty easy. I just realized those eyes are pretty low quality, aren't they? I suppose from this distance here, it's not too bad. I do also have some graph settings set low, because some of them feel like they eat my performance way too high. So it could be also related to that. One thing is when it comes to streaming or have local recordings, certain things consume a lot of resources, which also does interfere with some quality of stuff. Good, none of these citizens are being ripped apart here. And this is a slaughter fest, and even more citizens are being led to the slaughter. But Blue's taking this opportunity to clean up some infrastructure when these Mythology Strongholds are not exactly replaced for the moment. We do have another one over here. Maybe go for a second. Trade Archer is trying to set us up away, but Blue will lose the majority of his, or a significant amount of citizens, be down to 30 population. These chariot archers are trying to poke out all those eyes. Oh, that village is getting acid disintegrated. He does break through some wall segments. He does have big demons here to go straight to the town center. Argus do not have any crush damage, just good melee damage. Camera is being picked on off there. He does get a bunch of 7 Mythology Stronghold on the far side as well. Chariot archers do actually have pretty good range. The DPS seems always a little bit lacking, but of course they have a little bit extra mobility in range to go along with them. The town center does destroy there. Those are trying to shank the behemoth. Blues now, or Maroon's now out of town centers once again. Good bit of acid there onto those chariot archers. 3 remaining and 1 elephant. Maroon has actually another town center here. I would like to see Maroon go for a temple here and quickly grab these relics. That could be very good. Not only it'll also give him a bit of favor trickle, which can always be quite nice. The patron goddess right now is 60 favor, which is enough for another prosperity. Who has recovered more civilian population at the moment, has 40 versus 50. And right now it's just been a just slow, scrappy game, which it feels like the Atlantean has been the better position to this entire game, but Maroon has done a great job with his counter attacks. Maroon's attacks have been far more effective, while Blue's just maintaining dominant position in this game. Elephant trying to be disintegrated. Maroon does escape out with those shared archers. Took some pot shots there as well. And is going for more priests there, because there's been a decent number of myth units being pulled out against him. So Blue or Maroon definitely been needing to eye some more priests. But right now they're fighting up against population cap, which can be easily remedied. Great Archer's taking some damage here. Priest needs to start hitting this Argus. Poke out its eyes. Another Miggle Stronghold playing field. Next Deconstruct does cost 60 favor. And right now he has 8. All of his oracles must be down. Laborers to get inside the town center, boosting up his damage to a decent degree. All the myth units have gone down. Watchtower still here. Now I got some Sphinx being summoned. More Sphinx now being summoned. And that looks like the last Sphinx for now. My apologies for my drink open up. Game's going on for quite some time. It's just been a long, scrappy fight. Citizens backing on off up here. I'm not sure what they were collecting. This gold deposit has been claimed. Put in some citizens over there. That's probably not a good spot for it. And I think it's in the eye of some of these obelisks as well. Sphinx hitting some of these citizens. Could try mainly heroify some of them. Citizens taking some decent damage here. Does do a Valor Power on one of them. The Sphinx will go down. And looks like this is how far the obelisk can see. They, of course, can be upgraded with a Campfire Watchtower. But maybe not anytime soon. Daenerys does get shanked there by those villagers. Maybe repairing some of these walls there wouldn't be half bad. Got his farm economy up and going. It does still have decent amount of gold here. And here as well. So looks like the Patron guard is able to secure some much needed gold deposits. There are some here and there for Blue to obtain, but a lot of them are actually depleted. So it's still hard to say how this game will go. It still feels like the Atlantean is in a superior position. But the Egyptian is just being stubborn. Do have more cameras to be summoned. Do also now have champion containers now uploaded in the field. Blue also now has 3 town centers of the field, but nowhere near has max of population, just primarily getting 3 villager queues going. Maroon's now eyeing for a secondary town center as well, so we may see a mid-game economic play for both players, but Blue's still been aggressive as cavalry. Got a big round of obs being put on the field. Obs do only cost 5 gold, so they are pretty cheap. It looks like Blue's heading down south. Just trying to clean up some of these housing. These houses are free, so cleanup is not critical. Also, still some berries Maroon can still claim up as well. So after the gold deposit, just get some villagers to eat some berries. Even though berries not a good source of nutrition in real life, at least it is a source of nutrition. Good number of villagers are going on down. Cameras do trap these Contineras, and they are the counter to Contineras, offering higher DPS, so they have turned less health than most. They have the same hack armor at the moment as well. It looks like Contineras will win out the fight. Looks like hardly any of the Contineras actually went down there. Guess extra health did come through. The DPS on those Cameras were technically higher because these guys do also slower attack speed. It looks like the Contineras were able to stack up the damage maybe got by getting inside each other. Camera riders now being deployed in the field, of course. Now got some iron upgrades for Kronos. Finally getting usage of his age up advantage. And Kronos actually has an absurd food stockpile and decent gold stockpile, so maybe just go for a Titan Gate at this point in time and just finish the game his one off like that. There will be nothing the Maroon can do versus a Titan. But I think that Maroon will be knocked out relatively soon. We're now at the monument to the soldiers redeployed. If it was ever deployed in the first place. Another camera riders here managed to find an opportunity to engage the various range units and camera riders. The units being focused down by these villagers, or by the priests, and by the villagers. The Behemoth has gone down, more camera riders from the field, as well as a good line of chariot archers, which is probably a move over here to provide some fire support. Forward barracks here.
Garrick.
Chariot archers push way forward and hunt down some citizens. These watchtowers provide a good amount of spotting. They can be picked off now. Blue's currently maxed out population, or civilian population. Still can fit more military units there, and Maroon's gonna be eyeing for Osiris. Big round military units there. Camera's getting some good damage done. Osiris now being researched. Could see a son of Osiris relatively soon. The priest is at full health. Huh, only lost one priest or pharaoh so far, because that's only the second. Osiris will also give access to a single mummy, though I don't know if Maroon... Yeah, Maroon does have a temple, so it could be the trader god power there to get that mummy. Those inside of this Muggle stronghold, 13 of them. Still no boiling oil. Deconstruction god power over here. Got Behemoth's push forward. Osiris is almost complete. It is being researched over here. Number of idle villagers there. Behemoth's gains good answer in town center and destroys some of those farms while added. Kronos is back on off of here. Needs to get the pharaoh. Needs to make sure the pharaoh stays at full health. Aged on up, bringing the son of Osiris. There is the son of Osiris. And of course got the mummy there, firing away. And these containers move quickly going down to the son of Osiris. The Templar was someone beating. The mummy is still firing away. Behemoth does go down there. And the son of Osiris is going to heal up these forces. The mummy is still alive. And looks like this chariot archer is almost at 3 health remaining. And now I got more behemoths, more champion containers. You got the heavy camels, or champion camels, and champion chariot archers, with the increasing their speed, attack, and hit points for your camel riders. That's actually quite important there. Plus 15% all, so it's effectively getting another level of champion. As champion upgrade, they have similar health to these containers, so they do have less hack armor. Though he could get some more hack armor and damage. Doesn't have to worry about any range armor just yet, since his opponent has not really deployed out too many range units. Rhea's gift gives you a favor refund. Some citizens are going to be going on down.
These cameras going to get on back over here.
Into you.
And thanks to increased move speed, they have 6.9 movement speed. Very nice. Osiris may want to start a step away. The Continuous can easily overwhelm him. Looks just going straight for Osiris. Don't think Osiris can garrison inside the town center. Maybe can. Yes, he can. That's actually good. You can just keep on the far side, which it does. Have him play around the town center, get some good damage there. Champion Camel Rider's now engaging. Some of these camels are taking some damage there. And general move order. Some Osiris does a bit of damage there. Gets DKs on the far side with some citizens or some laborers, which they can be used with their meat shield. And you do have some camel caravans being summoned. 27 gold's not too great. Right, the beginning there. The beginning is mything, so it does take bonus damage from the Son of Osiris. A bit of damage there. Looks like this company does draw a bit of fire there. Looks like the Son of Osiris is going to get overwhelmed. But a lot of these units are almost down, so I think Son of Osiris will actually stay alive. Son of Osiris does stay alive, but barely. But there was also the Fur Arborea. I wonder if this can give health regen to the Son of Osiris. It says heroes get hit points over time. The Son of Osiris is classified as a hero, so potentially does affect it. I wonder if Maroon realizes this. I see on the minimap. This is F. Laborers heading down south. Maybe I'm for this town center. I'm not so sure. The Kronos has a massive stockpile of resources. Running on low on gold, has an absurd amount of food and wood. So it's not properly managed economy, nor has he transitioned to some traders to go for a bit of trading. And those Maroons going to be eyeing for another town side there. Let's have some camel caravans who have to be very careful, as they're about to get killed off there. Citizens going down. Camel caravans getting stuck on the elephant. Camel crossing. Those going straight for those structures over there. Arrow number 3. Oh, this is just number 2 goes down. Apparently, if he gets converted to the Son of Osiris, his number doesn't go up. Maroon's taking a bit of damage here. Going from the market here. Has got another town center here. Son of Osiris is empowering this town center. And those Maroons going to lose a good number of villagers here. And we're actually engaged the units. So I'm sorry, getting some good big shots there.
Kronos needs to make sure it focuses on the myth units, or else do bonus damage for some myth units. Down caravans engaging, trying to get the 12 gold per version. Barrel number 3 here. The Son of Osiris has popped in for side there, does get Behemoth. Counter goes down. So the Son of Osiris does go ahead and save him once again, but he has taken some damage. Does use Valor there, which does improve the health, but doesn't necessarily improve resistance versus the Son of Osiris, since he's classified as a hero, not a myth unit. Maroon's taking out a good number of villagers. He's down. Apparently, the Son of Osiris does not count as a military unit, nor does he have a cost. Cost free. And yeah, like I said, no military unit there. He must take 0 population, that's why it says 0 there. And Maroon's down to 3 civilians. This game's ultimately over. I see quite a bit of progress bar remains, so I'm going to fast forward a little bit there. Now, with 3 laborers remaining, I don't think there's any way Maroon can do anything, so it's one of those just clean up games. Maroon's been very stubborn backing out of the game, but now too stubborn in my opinion. The game's over. And that is the end of the replay. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.